The team interviews Alan Godfrey. He claims he not only saw an alien, but experienced something much more terrifying.
My story began 27 years ago. 3 police officers in Halifax. They were up on the moors when they saw a blue pulsating light. And it kept making swooping movements towards the police cars.
The first sighting of the alleged UFO was at Halifax, 12 miles from Todmorden. It headed towards the village of Littleborough, where it was again spotted by 2 different police officers.
2 other police officers in Littleborough were up on the moors and they saw the same object hovering. Again, it moved away in this general direction of Todmorden.
Godfrey alleges he spotted the craft hovering over this road.
When I was driving the police car, I got to approximately this spot over here. So I stopped the car and I put the lights on.
Godfrey remembers driving to about 60 feet from the object.
It was completely blocking the road.
So it was huge?
It was huge, yeah. It was as wide as the road, and it was hovering about 5 foot off the ground, 14 feet high, diamond shaped. The lights off the car were reflecting off it. It was a nuts and bolts craft, solid as a rock. The top half was rotating. The bottom half appeared to be stationary. The trees, either side, were all shaking.
He remembers trying to call for help, but the radio did not work. He took a notebook and began sketching the object.
I picked my clipboard up and instinctively started to draw it. And as I'm drawing it, just a white line.
Initially, Godfrey had no memory of what happened after the white flash. When consciousness returned, he found himself behind the wheel of a moving vehicle.
I suddenly found myself driving, you know?
He quickly drove into Todmorden and returned with a fellow officer. The 2 policemen noticed broken tree limbs and debris surrounding the site where Godfrey claimed the UFO was hovering.
That the road was bone dry in that area where the UFO had been, and he also saw the pattern that the leaves had made, the swirly whirlpool pattern.
I don't know what to think about this case. It's so weird and bizarre.
What happened to you after, what you remembered after the bright light went on?
They realized that there was a time lapse of 40 minutes.
This is one of these fantastic UFO cases because it is multiply witnessed. You have people from 3 different agencies. You've got a very credible witness. It went to the highest level of the police department. He had to sign an official statement which made specific mention of a UFO. That's tantamount to an admission on the part of the police.
My gut tells me that Alan Godfrey would have no reason to make up a story like this. If we're dealing with the reality of UFOs, then we have to accept the possibility that somebody landed and took a good look at Alan Godfrey. So did being involved with this have any effect on your personal life or your career?
It had an astronomical effect on my life, but both personally and within the job itself.
In 1981, less than 1 year after his UFO sighting, Godfrey was ordered to take early retirement. Although 3 other officers witnessed the craft, Godfrey was the only one to speak out.
Basically, the other officers just stated that they saw lights. But it was Alan Godfrey that really got deeper into it with stories of his alien abduction, and I could see how a police department would want that to go away.